Hello everyone, tag, you are it. What am I binging? What am I craving? Where would I rather be? Answers to this and 16 other questions in this edition of Off the Cuff Disney Tag Quarantine Edition. Question number 1. How many times have you watched your favorite Disney movie during the quarantine? Honestly, I haven't. This is because what I watch is basically dictated by my 2 young children. So Toy Story is not my favorite movie, but it is my toddler's favorite movie. So that is by far the Disney movie I've seen the most during this quarantine, probably like 100 times already. Thankfully, it's pretty enjoyable, even after that many views. Question 2. If you could be on vacation at any Disney location, where would it be? For me, it would probably be Tokyo Disney Sea. I would be staying at the Hotel Miracosta, which is basically inside the theme park. It is super cool. If you've never done it, you absolutely need to put that on your bucket list. Plus, Disney Sea is just such an amazing, unique park, and the cast members at Tokyo Disney are just so happy and friendly. It's a really fun place to be. It's a really fun park to visit. Question 3. Have you had to change or cancel a Disney trip? Well, not yet, but I have a 2-week trip planned for early September, and it's looking like we're probably going to have to cancel that. I mean, with all the news going around with reservations and canceling dining and reservations, and we hadn't technically bought our tickets yet. We only had a hotel which was off-site for once. I think it's highly likely that we will unfortunately just cancel that trip and have to go some other time. Question 4. If you could do any Disney ride right now, what would it be? Oh man, that's a toughie. I mean, there's so many just ridiculously fun rides. It could be Big Thunder Mountain, Space Mountain, Splash Mountain. If you see a theme, I'm very big into the roller coasters. But if I really had to pick one, I think I'd probably do Rock and Roller Coaster at Hollywood Studios, or maybe Rise of the Resistance, also at Hollywood Studios. Those are 2 of my favorite rides. They're super fun, and I could do them over and over again without getting bored. But that goes for like a lot of the Disney rides. So honestly, at this point, I would take any ride that doesn't give me motion sickness. Question 5. If you could eat at any Disney restaurant, what would it be? Another tough call. Club 33 is the obvious answer, but I don't technically have a membership, so the chances of going back are probably pretty slim. So that being said, I would pick Magellan's at Tokyo Disney Sea. This restaurant, if you've never seen it or been there, it is amazing. Definitely Google it right now. Check it out. Question 6. What Disney snack are you craving right now? For me, that's an easy one. It's the churros. I love the churros. If I just had 3 churros and I pass another churro stand, I pretty much have to buy another churro. I just can't get enough of them. A close second, though, would be the mac and cheese cone at the Cozy Cone Motel in California Adventure in Cars Land. Number 7. What Disney scents do you own or have in your house? Sadly, I don't have any, but this reminds me, maybe I should go online and see if I can get like a Dole Whip candle or something like that. That would definitely brighten my mood, especially while I'm working from home in my home office. So I'm going to look into that. Question 8. Have you streamed Onward yet? No, I have not. It is on my to-do list, but unfortunately, like I said earlier, toddlers and children rule what I watch at any given time, and I don't have a lot of free time at night, and when I do, I like to make videos instead of watching stuff on streaming. So it's on the list. I'll get to it eventually, but I hear it's really good. Question 9. What classic Disney TV or movie have you connected with or reconnected with during the quarantine? I guess that would be Toy Story. I mean, my daughter has just been watching it nonstop, and I hadn't watched it for quite a while. I had seen like the newer ones semi-recently, but I forgot how good Toy Story is, and honestly, it also makes me appreciate how good the computer graphics were at the time. It still holds up pretty well. So I guess Toy Story is my answer for this one as well. Question 10. If you had to pick a Disney character to be quarantined with, who would you pick? I would pick Aladdin because he's super crafty and he has a magic lamp, and so I would use one of those wishes to wish for this COVID-19 thing to disappear and for everyone to get healthy and everyone who didn't make it to come back. I don't know if the genie can pull something like that off, but I would certainly like to give it a whirl. So Aladdin would be my quarantine companion. Question 11. If there wasn't a pandemic, would you be seeing Mulan in the theaters right now? Well, like everything in my life, it's controlled by young children. So in the event that I was able to sneak out at night, and by sneak out, I mean get my wife's permission, sneak out at night and see it, I totally would have. But unfortunately, as you know, that's not an option right now. But I look forward to seeing it whenever it does come out, either in theaters or on streaming. Question 12. Have you pulled a Mulan and given yourself a haircut? Yes, I have. My hair is usually not this short. Basically, I started giving myself a haircut, and unfortunately, self-haircuts are kind of like gambling. If you get into a hole, you feel like you can gamble your way out of it. Well, with my haircut, unfortunately, it kept getting like shorter and shorter, but you got to make sure it's even. So, unfortunately, since you're solving for the shortest part, I had to basically give myself a buzz cut. I am super not happy with it. I can't wait for it to grow back. Lesson learned. I will not try that again. I would have been better off not giving myself a haircut and just wearing a hat or a beanie, even during the summer. Question 13. Are you feeling creative? Have you done crafts or projects? Well, this video you're watching is pretty much my quarantine project. I am a super new Disney YouTuber. I have only started about a month ago, because I needed something to take my mind off the pandemic and everything else. So you are literally watching my creative quarantine project. And thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying this video as much as I'm enjoying making it for you. Okay, question 14. If you got to pick a Disney sidekick, who would you pick? I guess I'd go with either like Woody or Buzz or Jessie or someone from Toy Story, because then I would be like the coolest person in my daughter's eyes, and she would then get to play with her favorite characters as well, and it would be super sweet to watch. Question 15. What TV or movies are you binge watching? I binge watched Tiger King, which was ridiculous. I binge watched Love is Blind, which was also ridiculous. And I binge watched The Last Dance, which was on ESPN about the 1990s Bulls and Michael Jordan, and it was amazing. If you have not watched it, even if you don't care about basketball, I am not that into basketball, but it was still really cool and a great distraction from everything we're going through right now. Question 16. What Disney character would handle the quarantine best? This is a tie between Goofy, who's just kind of always jovial and, well, goofy, and Dory, because Dory doesn't have a memory. So at any given time, she probably wouldn't remember that she's in the midst of a pandemic, which could be kind of dangerous, although fish are underwater. But in theory, I feel like if you don't know that you're in the middle of a pandemic, then you'd probably be handling it pretty good. So Dory, this is your time to shine. Question 17. If this was the work of a Disney villain, which Disney villain would it be? I would say Cruella de Vil. I mean, if you're game to skin 101 Dalmatians for a coat, then you're probably pretty cool about releasing a global pandemic. Like, those two things for me are on par with like being pretty evil. So Cruella de Vil. Question 18. What are you reading? Embarrassed to admit, I do not do a lot of reading. I don't have a lot of free time, as I mentioned, #children. When I do have free time, I'm making videos because that's fun, or I am watching some TV. I do not really make time for reading except for like news and things like that online or work emails all day, every day. #work from home. Question 19, our final question. What Disney song best represents how you feel about the quarantine? This is also kind of like a tie. The first one is like Poor Unfortunate Souls from The Little Mermaid, because I just feel like we all are kind of poor unfortunate souls right now. Like, everyone's hurting in some way, shape, or form. No one is immune to this, literally and figuratively. But then the other one would be You've Got a Friend in Me from Toy Story, because, you know, I'm thankfully with my family, and we all get along and we have fun together, and there have been, you know, special moments baked into this quarantine while I've been at home. When I otherwise would have been in a work office, I've got to see things with my younger kid and my toddler. I've gotten to watch them grow and get closer to them because I'm home so much more. So in that way, it's been kind of a small blessing in disguise. Anyway, those are my answers to those 19 Disney Tag quarantine questions. I hope you enjoyed them. I will tag a few other people, and thank you so much for watching this edition of Off the Cuff Disney Tag Quarantine Edition. If you enjoyed the video, I hope you will like it. Leave a comment. I'd love to know your answers. And if you enjoyed this and other videos, please do subscribe. I am a very, very young, small YouTuber, so I appreciate literally every subscribe click. Thank you, stay safe, stay healthy, and see you in the next video.